Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Be Determined. Today's video is all about Blaze Slayer. We hit a Blaze Slayer level, plus we defeated our first tier 3. Now, the gear requirement to be able to do this is pretty wild. Not nearly as much as being able to do tier 4s at max efficiency, but it was still quite a bit, considering I was broke. But if you guys end up enjoying today's video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We are trying to get to 7,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can help us out with that, I would really appreciate it. Thanks so much for tuning in, and let's jump straight into it. Blaze 18. Alright, that's another mana disintegrator. So that's 3 now, and we haven't hit Blaze level 4 yet, but we're working on it. And there it is, 47% on our overflux capacitor. So that's 3 disintegrators to put on there now. Blaze level 19 and bestiary milestone 209. So that's an extra 1 HP. Next milestone is 10 SkyBlock XP and 1,000,000 combat experience, which combat experience doesn't help us with our combat level anymore, but it's still good for leveling pets. Vanquisher level 8. Okay, I have been doing Blaze tier 2s for a hot minute now. We're not quite up to level 4 yet, but I did just want to try something real quick. So we've been doing the tier 2s, and I've been leveling up our droplet wisp, so I want to attempt to do a tier 3. I am not sure how this will go, but I'd like to at least try it. So our droplet wisp pet is up to 30 or 27 boldness true defense and 270 regular defense. We're gonna see how it goes. I have been using smoldering polarization from the gummy polar bears. I made a ton of those earlier. I didn't actually have to pay anything for them because, again, I'm still broke from Terminator. I mean, y'all just saw my bank. I'm at like less than 2 mil. We're in a bad spot right now, I'm not gonna lie. But if I had a little bit more money, I would definitely put the cold fused reforge on the daggers, because I'm pretty sure that has gotten some buffs recently and it should be better than fabled for us as long as we're using droplet wisp. And I'm really not sure how this is gonna go. I hope that this is not crazy difficult, but this is our first flare demon that we're fighting here. I am in half max ore right now, I'm not gonna, so if I had a decent crimson set or Necron, I'd be running that. We're still using the warden helmet, and we are using a sorrow chest plate. I may need to swap to 2 pieces of sorrow, honestly. Might be the move, but like I'm taking 0 damage from the boss currently, like the tier 2s, so I want to try this and see how we do, and then maybe make some adjustments, or maybe just not even attempt it until we have at least T2 daggers. That's probably where we're going to struggle the most, I would think, is with the damage per second that we're dealing and not taking in. But I could be completely wrong. I have no idea what I'm jumping into. But here we are. This should spawn it in, I think. Yep. Okay, Ashen. Oh man, he's got a lot of health. I'm not sure how much the little minis are gonna deal, but I guess we'll find out here soon enough. And I'm not sure if he spawns them in more than once fight. I would think he does. Oh, he's got the laser as well. Typhoeus here has the laser, which I have to avoid when we're fighting, or Quasi has the laser. I have to avoid that when we're fighting Typhoeus here as well. But we're doing good so far. If we pull this off, I'm gonna be very happy. And what do you know? We got hit by the Quasi's beam. How did we get hit by his beam there? I'm actually confused on that. All right, well, let's try it again.
A few moments later.
You didn't throw another flame, right? We didn't kill him in time. Okay, yeah, so our issue is damage. We were really close there, man. So that's a little bit annoying, but I did want to try it out. At least we know we can handle it once we get to the point where we can actually deal enough damage to kill it. But in the meantime, back to T2s. And there is Blaze level 20, another maxed out bestiary. So we're done with blazes. We're gonna go back to the smoldering cave now, but that's pretty nice. Still got 8 more milestones to go to the next big milestone. All right, we finally dropped the smoldering book. These are worth a ton of money, so naturally we're not gonna sell it, and we're gonna put it on this. We already have smoldering 1 on the fire dust dagger, and we don't actually have it on the twilight dagger, so we're gonna throw it on the twilight dagger. So that will get us smoldering 1, boom, deal an extra 3% damage, blazes, so that should hopefully help us out with this. And that's Millennia Aged Blaze level 4. We take those. Millennia Aged Blaze 5, and there's another smoldering book, which is a W, so that one is gonna go again on the twilight dagger. So we'll now have smoldering 2, another 3% extra damage. Millennia Aged Blaze 6. Ladies and gentlemen, we did the thing, and there's a bunch of blazes shooting me. 1 second. Blaze level 4, 1 true defense, and the Kindlebane and Maudredge dagger recipes. There's also the Demon Slayer Gauntlet, the Teleporter Pill, Travel Scroll to the Smoldering Tomb, and 50 SkyBlock XP, which is really nice. So we're going to go ahead and claim this. Let's go. 75% to the next level off of that. You'll love to see it. But that does give us access to the new dagger recipes. They are a little bit pricey. 8 molten powder, a gold magma fish, and 8 molten powder and an enchanted sulfur cube. So in total, I'm going to end up needing 16 molten powder, which adds up to almost 10 million coins. But y'all know me, I kind of want this right now. So really quickly, we'll go ahead and check our minion here. Nothing in there. That's okay. We dropped that vertex earlier, so we're going to be selling that now for a solid 23 million. Once that buy order goes through, we'll go ahead and get all the powder and stuff. 1 enchanted sulfur cube, very nice. Then we also are gonna need a gold magma fish. So we'll go ahead and get our hands on one of these. I'm gonna create a buy order for one, and hopefully it goes through. And yeah, once that order goes through, we will upgrade these daggers, and we're going to do a little bit more to them as well. All right, I've been waiting on this thing for way too long. We're going to sell some stuff. So we have some hunks of blue ice here. We have a bunch of enchanted mycelium somewhere, I think here. Yep. So we're just going to go ahead and get rid of all of this. So that is 4 mil for the hunks of blue ice, almost 6 mil for the mycelium. So that's 9.6 mil, which should be enough for our molten powder. So we're going to have to get our hands on 16 of this. Now, if we don't insta buy, it's a lot cheaper, but I want it now. So there we go. We'll go ahead and insta buy this golden magma fish as well. Remind, I'm too broke. We got to sell something else. I've had these books just chilling in here for a while. I was going to use them, but I don't need them. Legion, 2 mil. Last stand, that ought to cover us plenty. 1 golden magma fish coming right up. Boom. All right, we have the twilight dagger plus molten powder plus gold, nope, plus sulfur. There it is. So this upgrades to the Modredge dagger. So our twilight dagger has 110 damage. This upgrades it to 150, so 40 extra damage. I do need to put like fumings on this and everything like that, more smoldering books, yada yada. We'll worry about that later. Fabled Modredge dagger, check. And then the fire dust dagger upgraded to Kindlebane, so that's also a 40 damage increase. Boom. Now the other thing we're going to notice about these guys is they actually have a lot higher deal damage to blazes and pigmen things right here. So the Modredge deals damage to skeletons and blazes, it's 2.5 times and 1.5 times versus the twilight, which is 1.5 times and 1.2 times. So it's a really big damage increase there alone. But before we try them out on a tier 3, we do want to go ahead and put these in museum because they are museumable. So go ahead and put those there. They're all the way back here, so we'll claim them back. And that is 15 SkyBlock XP and 9 SkyBlock XP, which should get us level 334. There it is. Very nice. Now we do still have to beat a T3, but before we jump into that, I want to check something real fast. We want to get the entropy suppressor on these. Now, unfortunately, on Bazaar, entropy suppressors are really expensive, and that is for good reason. They do require a bunch of things. You need 4 Kelvin inverters, 32 chili peppers, and 16 heavy gabagles, which is actually more than it takes to make 1 hypergolic fuel right now. But we do have a bit of crude gabagle to claim from all of these minions, so I'm not sure if this is going to come anywhere near covering us. Unfortunately, we don't quite have enough. We're at 11 out of 16 for one of them, but that's all right. We can just wait on it. Or, and I like this idea better, we just take this Inferno Vertex, click insta sell for 21 million coins, and then we change out the abilities on these. So as far as the Kelvin inverters go, I think we're only going to be able to apply 1 with the money that we have right now, but I will go ahead and buy 5 of these, 6 mil. We're also going to have to get our hands on 10 more chili peppers. Not too bad, 300k. But now we can make an entropy suppressor. So it's going to give 120 strength, 150 crit damage, 2 magic find, and if the wisp is equipped, 75 strength, 55 crit damage, plus we'll deal double damage to fire pillars and get some buffs after we break 1. So this is really going to be very useful for us. We're going to throw it on the Modredge because that's the one that does the most damage to blazes, so having that extra boost on it is really going to help out. But it costs 500k to apply, so we're going to go ahead and apply it. So now we have a cold fused Modredge dagger. Now since we're here, we've got some money to throw at this. We're going to go ahead and get our fumings on it as well. So there's our 5 on the Modredge, and we'll go ahead and get 5 on the other one as well. There it is. So that should really help out with this. So now we can warp over to the aisle. I do want to make sure we have a good area to fight this in. So I may, for our first tier 3 at least, drag it up to the top. I don't normally do that for tier 2s, but this is a big deal and I want to make sure that we can actually get this right with the new abilities that we have. This does more damage than using our Reaper Scythe on these guys now, so that is pretty nice. So our first T3 with tier 2 daggers. We're not counting the last one without them. Let's see how we do. I am hopeful, very hopeful, that this will go better than the other one, but our main thing is, again, going to be making sure that we don't accidentally die to the lasers. That could be our downfall quite easily. But yeah, we're not gonna have to worry about hitting these guys nearly as much as we did last time, which is nice, and just fully focus on avoiding the lasers and not have to worry about our damage too much. Again, our health is going down pretty quickly still. We do kill the pigmen really fast though, but we're back to blazes. Again, we are using droplet wisps, so that should hopefully be helping us out quite a bit with how much damage we're dealing with the cold fuse ability, and also with what we're doing for the fire pillars as well. So hopefully it's helping us out a bit more than it would be if we didn't have it. But again, we are only using a droplet wisp, which is the uncommon version, the base version. The tier 2 does require a vertex, which I just sold the only one that we had because I think it is a bit more important that we have these abilities on the daggers. But there it is, and we dropped the Scorched Power Crystal on our first one. Let's go. So that should have been a ton of XP, 50 XP for killing our first tier 3. Very cool. So we're going to have to kill a lot more of those to get to our next level. But we do start getting RNG meter now. But for now, we'll just store it up. But that is a Scorched Power Crystal, which is a bit of money. However, we are Inferno Minion users, so y'all know we're going to end up using that. So we're just going to save it for now. But that's our first T3 kill. That took a lot of work and a lot of money. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed. If you did, remember to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you enjoyed the music, be sure to check out the links in the description. I wrote it myself, so it really does help out if you check it out. And yeah, thanks so much for watching to the end. Hope y'all have a great rest of your day, and God bless.